Hello everyone, my name is Tiara Sukrawedani. You can call me Tiara. I'm from Group 4. And how are you today? I hope it's good. Today, I want to tell you about simple present tense. Before that, make sure we know the pronoun in English, namely I, you, we, they, he, she, and it. There are 4 things that we discuss in this material. Number 1 is understanding. Number 2, use. Number 3, the addition of the letter S or C in the simple present tense. Number 4, the pattern of making sentence. Let's start from the first, which is about understanding. Simple present tense is a type of tense that is used to talk about repeat or permanent action or events. Statements are things that are always true. Simple present is the type of tense most commonly encountered when we read an English text. We continue to the second, which is about use. So, each tense has a different use. As for the simple present tense, it is used for, the example is, happen in the present. Does he wake up at 6 a.m.? For the habitual action, the example is, I go to school every day. For general truth, the example is, the sun rises from the east. Then for the third, we discuss is about adding the letter S or is. In the simple present tense, add E or is to the verb. But it must be remembered that this rule only exists when in the sentence there are pronouns used are he, she, it, or the name of people and object that can be replaced.
The rules is the first rule about discussing. E or es. E is the word and in a letter. C X, S X, O, double S, and Z. Then the first is a that es. For example, cat, additional es becomes catches. Was, additional es becomes wasis.
Next rule is if the verb ends in consonant additional y, then the letter s become I, E, or S. For example, crying additional s become crays. Fly additional s become flies. The next rule is from verb order that those ending as described the simple and s. For example, play additional s become plays. Kick additional s become kicks. These rules are specifically for those who use pronoun he, as, it. Yes, there are 2 additional rules about verb in the simple present tense. The first, for sentence with pronouns I, you, we, they, the verbs I use verb. Number 2, then the second rule is if the sentence order extends can, might, could, and must, then the verb in the sentence that is used is verb 1 regardless of the pronouns. That therefore we will discuss about the patterns of making sentence or formula. In the discussion of this formula, we define into 2 mainly. Number 1, the formula for forming nominal sentence or sentence without verbs. Number 2, formula to from verbal sentence or sentence that contain verbs. I continue to discuss nominal sentence. We divide it into there, namely informative sentence, negative sentence, and interrogative sentence. We start affirmative sentence for the formula is subject additional to be, is, and are plus object. Example of sentence: Andy is a teacher, they are student. Negative sentence for the formula is subject plus to be, is, I'm, are plus not plus object. Example of sentence: Andy is a not teacher, they are not student. Interrogative sentence: a sentence with a verb from the formula is to be, is, I'm, are plus subject plus object. Example for sentence: is Andy a teacher, are they a student? Then the second type of sentence, namely verbal sentence, we start from affirmative sentence. For the formula is subject plus verb 1 s or es plus object. Example of sentence: Andy reads a newspaper, they study English. Negative sentence for the formula is subject plus do or does plus not plus verb 1 plus object. Example of sentence: Andy does not read a newspaper, they do not study English. Interrogative sentence for the formula is do or does plus subject plus verb 1 plus object. Example of sentence: Does Andrew read a newspaper? Do they study English?